What is up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. It's Ace Poker here. For those that don't know, I'm a 21-year-old poker player from New Jersey. I can only say that for a couple more months, but we're out to a new location today, Maryland Live. Got my lucky hat on, green felt underneath. So hopefully we can run good in the 2-5 streets. Gonna buy in for $1,000. Hopefully get some new casino run good, and let's get right into it. $30 to park, I feel extremely taken advantage of, and I also basically spent $20 in gas to get here. So we're basically down 10 big blinds to start, so send us some run good because we're gonna need to fight back right away. Alright, welcome back to vlog number 21. Yes, we are starting down $50 essentially, but it's alright. We have an action-packed first hand here. I look down at Jack-9 suited, and we're playing four-handed right now, because right now there's only two tables, a main game and a second game, and there's only 4 people in this game. So I decided to open it up on the button to $15. I think it's a fine open when you're four-handed. The small blind calls $15, and now the big blind raises to $55. I decide to flat $55, and now it's back to the small blind, who puts in a back raise to $160. Yeah, what is going on already? A crazy development. Now the big blind calls $160, and I'm going to be in position here. They both could have monsters. I could win a huge one right away, so I decided to gamble it up right away and put in the $160. I hope you guys can appreciate the early on gamble here. Let's triple up, double up, who knows, let's make a lot of money here and see a good flop. We see a flop in which we flop top pair, but I'm a little bit hesitant because I really don't think top pair is good here. I definitely think, rather should say no, that the small blind is trapping, probably with aces, so we need to proceed with caution. And the small blind confirms suspicions when he leads out for $200 here. I'm already thinking I could probably call this bet, as I could hit any jack, any 9, any diamond, any 10 for a gutter, but it doesn't even come to that because the big blind jams all in for $850.
All in?
No idea what both of these guys have. Did he flop a set? Do they both have overpairs? But obviously we are out of this one. We fold. It gets back to the small blind. He agonizes a little bit but says, you know what, I can't fold. Sticks his money in there, and I'm going to play out the rest of the hand for you guys and show you how it ended. The board runs out queen, 5. The big blind quickly flips over pocket queens. He turned a set. The big blind is disgusted, tosses his cards up in the air. They land right next to me, and what do you know? He had pocket aces. So we were up against aces and queens, but this was a crazy, crazy hand, and it's unfortunate that we lose $160, and now we're down over $200 because of the $50 of gas and parking. Not letting that one go, but we're on to the next, and hopefully we can win it back quickly. For the next hand here, we are still four-handed. We pick up queen 10 offsuit in the big blind, raised to $20, and get 2 callers in the small blind and the button. So I pick up the cards, show them to the camera, and look back at the board and see we flopped the nuts. Wow, that's awesome. Super wet board there, 2 hearts. We have a heart, but we decide to c-bet $20 when the small blind checks to us, and only the button calls. We see a kind of gross turn in the 4 of hearts, but four-handed, I decide I still should bet out at this one, decide to bet $55, and again, he calls. Not worried about him having me beat. I do think the nut flush draw would just call and not raise, but I don't think he's got that, as he probably would have raised the flop with that. See an even grosser river in the 4 of spades. I don't necessarily think I'm beat here because I think a flush draw would have raised the flop, and I think a set would have also raised the flop. But I decided to check. I didn't think I was getting value out of much. I wanted him to bluff at it, but he snap checks back with king jack offsuit, and I am puking. If the board ran out clean, we could have won a massive pot here, but it can't always go our way, and I can only show you guys what I did and not what I wish I would have done. I should have implied my bet fold strategy where I would bet here, and if he raises, I'll pretty easily fold, as he should have a lot of flushes and full houses with the raise, but it's alright, and it can't always go perfect, and I can't always do the right things, and we're on to the next. Alright, now it's our time with aces. We got 2 black aces. We are doing a $10 button straddle because at this point we're playing 3-handed. So I was like, oh great, I get aces when we're 3-handed. The good thing is the player that we're playing against here on the top right of the screen is very loose. So I raise to $30 and he makes the call. So just me and him are headed to a flop of 2, 3, 4. Not really the best, but not really many hands that are going to beat us here. And we've got a gutter to the dummy end of the straight with ace 2, 3, 4, 5. He checks. I see bet now for $20, just kind of a feeler bet, and he pretty quickly makes the call. See a good turn in a 7, now bringing a spade flush draw out there. We do have the ace of spades. He checks again, and now I bet $40, doubling the bet, and he calls again. Not quite sure what kind of holding he's got here, and I'm not quite sure what kind of river I want to see, but let's go to a river and decide to navigate it then. Now we see the 9 of diamonds on the river, so not really much beats us, just some weird 2 pairs. He checks, and I've learned my lesson from earlier. Need to bet here. I decide to bet for $55. He pretty quickly makes the call. Not sure if I'm good. I turn over aces, but he says nice hand, and we're good. So we make our money back here. And after this hand, we're about back to starting stack at roughly around $980, down about $20. But after the rough start, not too bad. And for the next hand, we're headed to the main game, so we'll finally be 9-handed. Oh yes, it's that new casino run good. Now it's our turn for aces again of the red variety. We are under the gun and we raise to $25. We see 1 call, 2 call, 3 call, 4 call, 5 calls, 6 callers of $25. It is essentially a $25 bomb pot. Oh my goodness. Can we please flop an ace? One time dealer. Nope. But we get a pretty good board. 2, 2, 4 with 2 diamonds out there. We do have the ace of diamonds, which will block some flush draws, but I decide to lead out here for $35. It gets to the middle position player, who was the first player to call my raise pre-flop, and now he raises to $150. A little bit weird, and I actually really don't like having the ace of diamonds here because a lot of players will raise the ace high flush draw here to try to blow me off my overpairs, but this is a super strong raise. And now it gets back to the small blind, who decides to cold call the $150. He's the player I'm most worried about having a 2 in this spot, as he was one of the last players to call the $25 pre-flop, and being in the small blind, he can have a wide variety of hands. But there are so many good cards for me on the turn here. Likely an ace, I can win a huge pot, and a diamond, I can go runner for the nut flush. So I decide to call the $150, and we're 3 ways to an already bloated pot here. The turn comes one of those picture-perfect turn cards, the 3 of diamonds. Wow. We improve to a straight draw, a straight flush draw, and we can improve to the nut flush draw, and an ace on the river will still give us top boat. So I decide to check it over to the middle position player who raised, and now he bets $250. Now the small blind snap calls $250. Oh my goodness. This is a crazy development. I have absolutely no idea what these players have, but the small blind cold calling the first $150 raise and now the $250 bet is extremely strong. I am now 100% certain that I am beat on this turn card. Either one or both players will have me beat here, but I cannot fold after seeing the perfect turn card. I stick in the $250 and we're headed to a river. 5 of diamonds will be the most disguised straight flush of all time. We can super cooler a boat, maybe even cooler quads. That will be insane, but let's see the river. The river now comes an essential total brick, the 7 of spades. Not the card I was looking to see. I check again. Now the player in middle position thinks. I'm hoping he checks. He cuts out some chips, and he bets $350. Ugh. Gets back to the small blind, and he hops in the tank forever. This entire clip was a 5-6 minute clip in which it was just eternal tanking between me and the small blind. But when he thinks about it for a super long time and decides to fold, I was honestly hoping that he calls or went all in, because then it would be such an easy fold for me. But when he tank folds, I think he might have seriously just hero folded a 2, which makes it less likely that the middle position player has a 2 himself, but let's think about what hands he has. So the middle position player was the first caller of my $25 pre-flop. So this rules out kings, queens, and jacks, as those all would pretty much 3-bet. Obviously there are some players that trap those hands, but I'm going to rule those out for now. Now, the pocket pairs that he can have: pocket 10s, pocket 9s, pocket 8s, 7s, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Of those, the hands that beat us are pocket 2s for 4 of a kind, pocket 3s, pocket 4s, and pocket 7s. But we are still beating pocket 5s, pocket 6s, pocket 8s, pocket 9s, and pocket 10s. He could have some type of flush, in which obviously we're losing to that as well, but we blocked that holding the ace of diamonds. I mean, obviously he still could have king queen of diamonds, king jack of diamonds, king 10 of diamonds, but I don't know. It just seems super weird to me. I don't think he would raise pocket 4s on the flop. I don't really think he would raise any of those pairs, so I'm basically putting him on a flush. Pocket 4s, maybe pocket 7s. I just ruled those out though, and I am in complete agony because this is insane. I really did think I was beat, and call me crazy, but I did want to even fold the flop, but I could not fold the flop, and then we got the perfect turn card, so I stuck it in on the turn, and I'm basically pot committed. I know some people don't really believe in the whole pot committed, but we're getting an insane price here. So, I don't know, I mull it over. It's basically all in for me. I have about 415 in my stack, so I'd have about $40 to $50 left. Been playing for a couple hours. I don't know, I'm not really feeling great. I stick it in and I say, show me the pocket 4s.
Show me the 4s.
Four. But he flips over 2-3 suited of hearts. Wow, that one is painful. That is like a dagger through the chest. He was the first player to call $25 with 2-3 suited. That is essentially throwing away $25 because if anybody else, which is the entire table that's left to act, decides to re-raise, he's not going to be able to call a re-raise. So I don't like that. I would have loved to see if he was in the big blind and decided to close out the action with that. And the most annoying thing is that the small blind said he tank folded pocket 5s. So he called a raise on the flop and a massive turn bet, and then only tank folded the river. If it was me and him heads up, I would have won a massive one, as it seemed he would have just called down if we were heads up between me and him. Super frustrating. I'm really upset. I definitely should have folded that. I don't know, maybe editing last week's vlog in which I made the hero fold with aces really got to me and I decided to stick it in. But, you know, I don't know, maybe you guys are happy because you get to see the cards, and like I said, when I get these gut feelings and I want to fold, here you go. This is a prime example of you just got to lay these hands down. You can save your extra money, forget being pot committed, forget hero calling. I knew I was beat and I just stuck it in anyways, and it really sucks because that's $360 down the drain. So yeah, for now, that'll wrap up live. We are done, down $1,000 and the stupid $30 parking fee. I'm not letting that go.
Alright, well, that was horrible. Nothing short of horrible. Can't sugarcoat that one. Played literally for 3 hours, lost $1,000, and got absolutely murked on the parking. $50 for parking and gas. Just head wasn't in it today, and honestly, you know, that's a good lesson that you just shouldn't play when you're not feeling the best. Kind of rushed to get a session in for the vlog. Haven't been feeling the best this week. So should have just taken this week off, but forced it. Had the horrible play with the aces. I knew I was beat, but I decided to make the call. There's still a ton of hands that I beat there, but a ton of hands that I lose to. So it's just unfortunate. We got to lose eventually, though. Our last 4 vlogs we put out, maybe 5, were all winners. So just a little bit of a fork in the road. It's a loss this week, but we'll be on to the next. Gonna play again next couple days. Another vlog next week. Gonna try to up it to 2 a week. It's gonna be a little rough, but as always, thank you guys for watching, and I hope you guys have a great day. Oh, and I did want to say that I got recognized twice today. A dealer said what's up to me, and a player to my right said, you make YouTube videos? And I was like, yeah. No, but seriously, if you guys ever see me, seriously, say what's up. Makes me so happy. And even though I just pissed away $1,000, you know, whatever. Such is life. Just gotta always smile and enjoy it and have fun. But as always, thank you guys for watching.